Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTubers. How's everybody doing today? I pray that everybody is doing well. I pray that everybody is being safe in the midst of this pandemic. I'm praying for your prosperity and your safety through this journey. Welcome to Tammy Lily's YouTube channel. My name is Tammy Lily. The purpose of this particular channel is to help other business owners in their business endeavors. My platform is hashtag support begin support. In Genesis of the Bible, it talked about how how the father began the child. So I'm a big advocate that when you support other people, support will come back to you. You cannot have support without giving support to others. So that's the purpose of this particular movement. That's the purpose of this particular platform. So make sure you hit the subscribe button at the bottom, as well as hit that notification bell so you can get updates on the videos as they come in. And thank you so much to all the subscribers. I'm so excited. We're almost at 100 subscribers. When we get there, I promise you we're going to have something special. So when we get 100 subscribers, so let's keep pushing, let's keep sharing, let's keep going. Today, I have another awesome interview from one of the co-authors of Prayers for the Boss Babes. Without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and open the floor up for her to introduce herself. So if you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, my name is April Green. I'm the co-author of Prayers for the Boss Babe. I'm 32 years old. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm the co-founder and CEO of AM Green Enterprise, LLC.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Miss April, for taking the time out to get on the line with me and share yourself with the YouTube audience. We do not take it for granted by far. So thank you so much. Um, First, I want to go ahead and ask you what inspired you to take on this project of Prayers for the Boss Babes?
What inspired me to take on this project? I just knew that it was a God
Mm,
assignment. When the opportunity came to me, it was a challenging time in my life, and at that moment, I know that when things occur in my life, I know that's an indication that God is about to do something major. Before the project, in the middle of the project, God told me that this is more than a devotional in a book, but it will be a movement.
mm.
So I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the community of women that has came together in the midst of a pandemic to birth out something so major into the world, into the nations. I'm honored.
Awesome, awesome. I can absolutely concur that this is a movement. This is more than just a book. This is more than just devotions and prayers. This is a God-given assignment. And thank you so much for your obedience to take on the call. How, after writing in this particular um, book, how did we one way when we get started with something, and then once we get through that wilderness or that stage in our lives, we always want everything that we do. We should always want to be changed in a positive manner. How did writing this at the end of this? How did it change you?
In the midst of writing this book, I didn't know who I was. I
Mm,
knew who April was as the interior decorator or the entrepreneur or the childcare specialist, but I didn't know who I was in God. And so I had to
mm,
go back and ask God, who am I in you? Who do you say I am? And in that moment, as I'm writing, God literally shifted my life after this book was launched. I don't even I don't even recognize who I am right now. God is doing a new thing. Everything around me is new. I'm grateful for the opportunity because I found myself even though that we're birthing this we have birthed this book out in this devotional, but it has helped me heal in areas, and it has delivered me in in a lot of ways.
Mm, awesome, awesome. I mean, it's almost like you're in my head because I just this book has done so much, and I'm hearing it so often from the co-authors of this book that is changing them, and it has brought about clarity in life, in their personal lives, and sometimes in their businesses, it's bringing about some changes and some clarity in life. So that is awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your other adventures. I heard that you said you was an interior designer, so definitely want to hear about your other adventures that you're working on.
Okay, so I've been in childcare for 13 years. I have a business, Home Away from Home, Childcare Night Care. I'm about to relaunch that. But when I moved here, I had already had the business. I had started the business back in 2016. In my hometown, Canton, Mississippi, we have a Nissan factory. And so I target those parents that work non-traditional hours, the second and third shift. So I did it in home, and then I transitioned over when I moved to Houston. I didn't know how to brand myself in a new city with no one that know me or trust me even enough to keep their children. And so with that, God just ordered my steps. He had already made provision for me when I got here. And so total as of today, I service over 15 families. And so I service them date nights, weekend care if they go out of town, or even those non-traditional hours, even if picking them up from daycare, the regular daycare, because they usually close like at 6 or 6:30. And so I will keep them, for extended period of times. I also have interior decorating. So in the midst of COVID, God told me to revisit some of my dreams. And I remember I always wanted to be an interior decorator. I love to decorate. I have took on a lot of projects back home in Mississippi. I did a lot of family and friends. But I also created a space here when I moved here in Houston. So I have decorated my own home. And
Okay.
so with that, once I birthed it in May of 2020, I started taking virtual consultations. I also do personal shopping as a service. And so for 2021, God has given me more strategies. And so I do believe that it's about to be major. And God just told me that once I enter that client's home, that I would bring him with me and I would change the whole atmosphere. So I know it's bigger than just decorating, but I know it's a purpose for it as well.
Yes, I love it, I love it. Thank you so much for being obedient, definitely. And I'm so glad to hear that you're settling in well in Houston, because and making moves is definitely a challenge. Been there, done that. So welcome to Houston.
Thank you.
Tell me, what is your biggest motivation?
My biggest motivation is my daughter. I had her at the age of 17. And what statistics said about me, I outlived that. I'm 32 now. My daughter is 14. And she is my biggest motivation.
Mm,
She is the reason why I keep going on. She is the reason why I want to create legacy outside of me. I want to leave something in the earth where her children can reap the benefits from it. And so she's my biggest motivation. Also,
awesome.
just other single ladies that like my friends as single women, they feel like they is limited to certain things. And so I just want to be that trailblazer, but I also want to be that encouragement to let them know that if I could do it, God is not a respect of a person, that he will do it for you as well.
Amen. Amen. Well, definitely you inspire me. Seeing, where you came from, hearing about where you came from and where you're at right now, because so many times, we hear about our women having children at young ages, and they just feel like their life is over. And sometimes their families tell them, well, you done messed up, your life is over. You're not going to be doing this. You're not going to be able to do that. And you took that as knowing that I am going to make it. You're the inspiration for that young girl who's, got in that position, and they look at you and know that they're able to make it. So
Absolutely.
definitely, I know that your testimony would truly, truly bless, a lot of people, and so bless some parents that or see their children go through that, and maybe that would keep them from speaking that negativity in their spirit, to let them know that, hey, yes, you're not your mistake. You made a mistake, but you can rise above that. You don't have to, just lay down and die because of one mistake. So definitely, that inspires me, and I know it will inspire others. Well, tell me about, what are your future plans?
My future plans. I just want to be in the will of God. I have some things that's on the horizon where I really can't speak on,
Okay.
but we have still some deals. I do want to mentor young ladies. I do want to birth out an agency where I have, it can be teenagers, create jobs for them with child care assistance, babysitting. I do want to birth out that. And so I have a lot of things that's before God, but I really want what God has for me, and I want his goals for my life. So
Yes.
even if it means, I don't know. I know I have a call in my life, even if it means me motivating and going around speaking. I want to be open and willing to do that and not be afraid. I don't want to be stuck um feeling like I can't do it. And so I
Yes,
want
ma'am.
to be, I know God has healed me, and he has given me this boldness. And so I probably went and did all of this a couple months ago. And so I'm
Mm,
grateful that he did not give up on me, but he continued to show me who I am in him, and knowing that he can do exceedingly above everything that I can even imagine or think, because I didn't even know that after writing the book. I just thought, okay, we're writing this devotional. Of course, it's going
mhm.
to bless other people. But when he told me it was a movement and he's going to shift the lives of every author, um, that was a blessing in itself. So,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, indeed. I agree with that. I stand in agreement with that. That is definitely going to shift some things and make some major changes in all the co-authors that's a part of this movement, and bless some people. So definitely, um, like I said, I'm inspired by you, and definitely keep going and keep being, obedient to God. And as long as you listen to his voice, he'll make a way, he'll make a way for you. So before we head out, if I can get you to tell the audience how they can get in touch with you for your interior design services, as well as your child care services, because there's so many child cares out there, and they're so locked in this block of having children come at a certain time, and then after those business hours is over, then the services is over. So, definitely, I know it's going to be a lot of people that need them services because they're not readily available. They're very scarce. So tell us how we can get in touch with you.
okay, so you can get in touch with me on all the social media outlets. Facebook and Instagram is Home Away from Home Child Care. For on Facebook, my interior decorating is AMG Interior Decorating. I also want you to stay connected with me on AM Green Enterprise LLC. And so that's my page that I'll be working and giving more updates on.
Okay, okay. Now, if y'all did not get a chance to get that information, no harm, no foul, no fret. We're gonna make sure that information is readily available for you in the description. So make sure you look in the description. It definitely will be there because we want you to be to get in touch with this young lady. So thank you so much, Miss April, for taking a moment out to have a conversation with me. I know that everything that you're touching, as long as you put God first and stay in his will, he will tremendously bless you. So thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you for this opportunity. It was a pleasure even communicating with you, and just you opening up your platform for me. I am honored.
Oh, I'm honored for you to be here. Thank you so much.